Hi everybody, in this episode I'm going to be doing some work with the Victron Cerbo GX and Touch GX, and I'll be kind of going over just a rough-in and going over some of the settings, in particular with my Ampere Time batteries, how to set my battery monitor to show the state of charge properly. And if you stick around to the end, you'll see me drill in some holes. Enjoy this video. So, had a good day, got a fair amount done. I'm just doing the Cerbo GX, and I wanted to show this to you because this is really neat. On my phone, I'm going to turn on my Wi-Fi. If I go to my web browser to venus.local, it says here rotate my screen, and then as soon as I rotate my screen, there's my live data coming in. It actually matches the GX screen, and these two things actually work in parallel. So I'm just going to hook this up here now just to show you. But I don't know if you can see. I don't know if this is in the picture, but it's pulling in 200 watts right now, and then there's 198 watts going in. My battery voltage is 53.5. And I've got 3.7 amps coming in. The sun finally came out, even though it's super cold. So anyways, this display is actually this display. And so I'm connected on the Wi-Fi to get to it. So what I learned was that when you connect to the GX, you connect to it with the Bluetooth, and then you set it up basically under the Bluetooth. And then it is an wireless access point, so I connect it to the wireless access points with the code, and then I'm able to get to venus.local on my web browser on my phone. So pretty much I can set up what I want, wherever I want, and I'll be able to display that. I'm missing, I realize here that I did not buy the Axiom GX cable. So I have to call Ontario, the battery guys, where I got this. But I'm just going to plug this in to show you the GX Touch. Cerbo GX. This is the HDMI port, and then these are 3 USB ports. And the cable on the video screen, the GX Touch, uses both. It's on one cable, so I'm just going to plug that in. There we go. Alright, so that's the screen that I had shown on my phone. It's showing 166 watts, 160 watts, so that's live data. So now I'm going to bring this in. Okay, so you can see 128, 128, and then this is the part that I thought that was really neat. So they're actually in tandem, so whatever I do here on the phone, it's actually doing it on the screen. So essentially the video screen is an exact pairing of the GX touch screen. So the other thing I noticed too that's interesting, you just have to plug in the VE direct cables and it gives you the data. A test here, so I'm going to reset my battery down to 100 amp hours because that's what I got. Okay, it's 100 amp hours, and my charge voltage, it's saying what is charged. Okay, so this is really where I've got to get my other manual, so let me get that. Alright, so looking at the manual here, so my charged voltage should be 13.5 volts. 13.5 times 4, 54 volts. So that's what's wrong with this here. So settings, battery, so my charged voltage is 54 volts. Hey everybody, I thought I'd just do a revoice over here of my settings because I later learned that the state of charge is very particular with these batteries to get it right, and now I'm more confident that I've got it right, because in the Ampere Time manual there's a chart that you can see here in the screen, and what it basically does is it gives me the kind of a table grid of the percentage of state of charge, whereas in the lithium battery monitor you have to have them set a certain way to reflect the state of charge properly. And right now I've been monitoring it, and it's pretty close. So battery capacity I've set to 100 amp hours. Charged voltage I have set to 55.2. Discharge floor is 20%. Tail current is 2%. Charge detection time 3M. The Foucault exponent is 1.05. The charge efficiency factor is 99%. And the current threshold is 0.1 amps. The time to go averaging period is 3M. So by setting my settings with this way, I got them from the battery manufacturer. I had them send them to me. It started to then record the state of charge properly.
So the only thing that's bad about this is that I don't have any way now that the VE direct cable is connected to the Cerbo. I don't have any way to change the configuration of the MPPTP controller because I don't have Bluetooth on the controller. I was always using the smart dongle, but the smart dongle, which is this thing here, uses the VE direct cable port. Basically, it's showing me 92% now on my screen. So the data is accurately coming from the monitor, and it's coming in through this second cable here. It's coming in through this second cable here. I'm not going to finish off any other data, I don't think, from the I have to drill some holes, reroute cables properly, so this was just a test to see how the monitor worked, but I do appreciate that I'm going to be able to get it different ways. So the cable I'm missing is to bring it into my Axiom product, so I'll have the ability to put that there as well. So it's making me second guess where I want to put that screen. Because technically I could go to my Raymarine product and then view the same data on the Raymarine, because that's what they have. They have a thing on that. But I've got a couple of other things that I want to do with the Raymarine. I want to get a camera on it for object detection and my radar overlays and stuff. So like looking at the electricity, I think like the dedicated monitor out there is probably a good idea. So I'm just going to think about that for a little bit, but the one drawback that I have right now is because my MPPT controller does not have Bluetooth. I use the VE direct cable to plug into it, and now that I've got the VE direct cable to bring the data into the Cerbo, I don't have any way to change the configuration of the MPPT controller. So I used it to kind of see, well, what was my PV voltage and what was my battery voltage, and I still can get that. So I'm not really losing much. I just can't get in it to configure it. So I'm going to have to keep one of these Bluetooth dongles for the next little bit, and then I'll just have to keep it on hand, and if I ever want to go into the MPPT controller, I'll have to unplug the VE direct cable and then plug the Bluetooth cable in, kind of on an as-need basis. So that's one thing I'm going to have to do. So I'll keep one of those just in case. And that's one of the advantages. So my battery monitor over here actually has Bluetooth built into it, so I can get into the Bluetooth at the same time. So I didn't actually lose anything with that one. What I should have did is I should have bought that MPPT controller with Bluetooth, not without Bluetooth. But yeah, anyways, thank you. We're gonna I'm getting cold again. It's end of day, so I'm gonna start cleaning up and then heading over to the field office. I'm going to do some cutting for my windows. So I'm just making a hole here. There was an existing conduit hole, but I'm making a bigger one for going through the closet and then through here, and then going to put probably like a 2-inch conduit through there so I can run my cabling straight without coming down. This is the last thing I need to do to get my power hooked up. It's a tight spot. There we go. Right here, this is my VHF antenna. And yeah, that's a real pain. I remember now trying to get that out. Basically, you can see here, that's where it is. So I didn't have much room to screw that in, but I think it was, I took the radio out, is what I did. I'll tell you one thing, it is getting cold now. So power is 10.